If you were my daughter, I would teach you these 5 brutal truths about men. Number 1, if he doesn't see your value, it's not your job to convince him. You know that classic dynamic where the woman is ready to settle with that guy and she just wants him to commit and he's still on the verge of committing or not. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Please understand that feeling that's keeping you attracted like a magnet to that guy. It comes from a place of desire for validation, and that's okay. We've all been through that. But I want you to understand, you're not attracted to him. You're attracted to the idea of him choosing you over all these women. And you know, it's so difficult for him to commit. So if he commits to me, oh wow, that makes me such a valuable woman. It makes me worthy. Well, I'm here to say your worthiness comes from who you are. It comes from you being a divine creation of God. If God created all of this beautiful world and created you, you are absolutely worthy unconditionally, no matter what happens in your life. And that worthiness comes from within. It's not by some guy finally committing to you. That's bullshit. And the reason I can say all these things, by the way, don't think I'm some form of angel. I have been that guy. I have been on the other side of that. I have experienced how as soon as I had more abundance, I had more choices, then women would crave my validation even more. And you know, I got hooked on that because who doesn't want to be desired by who you desire? You know, men have a whole other set of things to work on, and my whole channel is mostly about this. But this is for you women out there. Okay, let's keep going. Number 2, never, ever, ever use sex as manipulation. And let me tell you what I mean by that. A lot of women understand how important sex is for men, and so they start using it, even if slightly, to get what they want. Here is the truth. Lust is not love. Brutal truth. He could get that lust from anywhere else. He could get that lust with a freaking hooker. He can replace that lust he has for you at any time with any woman who's mildly attractive out there. The love and the intimacy that you have is what's special. Lust is not the special part. Don't play with it. It's not worth it. Love fully. These little games is what ends up deteriorating a relationship, and sometimes could even end in betrayal, and you don't want to go through that. Number 3, and that's so important, don't fall for external confidence. This is most often arrogance. Again, I was the guy on the other side. It is particularly easy to fool most people with this external look of confidence. But people who are truly present in their intuition, mostly women who are in their feminine energy, they can read through that bullshit immediately. Because the deepest form of confidence is actually humility. And not the humility like, oh, I'm just a guy. The humility of being one with God, being so present, being surrendered and open to life, and remembering who you really are beyond the ego and all these little labels and games. That's what real confidence is. So focus on a man who has a healthy relationship with God, and that would solve a lot of problems. Number 4, and that's a tough one. Don't expect him to replace your father. He's not your father, and he won't ever be. He's not supposed to be. Just like he shouldn't expect you to be like his mother. This is where too many people fuck up, not just women, men as well. Romantic love is different than family love, as it should. One of the things that kills attraction the most is expectation is the enemy of appreciation. So when you expect someone to be someone they cannot be, then your appreciation dies. And when your appreciation dies, nothing kills a relationship faster. Which leads me to the next and final point. Number 5, polarity is everything. You want to be looking for a man who's cultivating the 6 P's of masculinity, I call them. Presence, playfulness, protective, providing, polarizing, so it creates some adventure, some tension, some contrast. That's what makes life juicy. And last but not least, I call it penetrating. And what that means is, you know, if you look at masculinity in a symbolic way, even in the penis, it is directional, it is hard, it penetrates life. And if you look at the feminine energy through the vulva, it receives. It receives. It is softer. The masculine is hard. You can look at life and relationships metaphorically through sex. It's very fascinating. So don't expect them to stop being attracted to other women sexually. You will suffer the rest of your life and resist that rest of your life. Just learn to accept that truth. It takes some work because you could be jealous, and that's okay. It's a human thing as well. But work on accepting that, and what you want instead is for him to be so devoted to you, for him to be so appreciative that he channels that sexual energy with you, because that's what maintains the polarity. The polarity that is not maintained when you expect him to be like your father and controlling and all that. That's not how it works. Polarity doesn't survive by you guys playing daddy and mommy roles, not literally, but subconsciously. Even as I'm talking about polarity, the sun is coming out, which by the way is a symbol of masculine energy, and the moon is a symbol of feminine energy. And talking about that, what you could cultivate in your own feminine energy to match that polarity and create that dynamic that romantic relationships are meant for. You want to cultivate what looks like softness, nurture, intuition, sensuality, beauty, of course, receptivity, creativity. Those are beautiful traits of the feminine. That is how you create the most beautiful, magnificent relationship of your life. All right? So before I start burning here in the Mexican sun, much love, and I'll see you guys soon.